Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. You know, I'm a 57-year-old American who decided to pack up everything and move to the Philippines for a new life. And that's what I found here. I just want to share my experiences with the new man and woman in hopes of making your trip here, your visit here more enjoyable and more safer. And I can only do that the only way I know how, and that's giving you the nitty-gritty. You know, just telling you how it is. You know, my boots on the ground experience, so to speak. You know, I always like to give a shout out to my viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Your kindness, your generosity, support of my channel has been truly amazing. I won't take that for granted. Today, I just want to send a message to my first-time visitors to the Philippines. And that's why I entitled the vlog, Think Like a John, Act Like a Joe. And it's not a continuation of my other life as a John in the Philippines. It's nothing like that. What this is about is making a plan for your trip here, whether it's a vacation or you're going to be here for a little while. See, make some plans. Plan out your trip. You know, I want it to be sort of like an outline. You know, for a book, you know, you write the outline, but then you fill in the details. See, because I'm a true believer that you don't script anything about the Philippines. You let it all happen spontaneously. But that outline is going to save you. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you money. Because when you're in the Philippines, this is one of those places where you can do everything right and something still goes wrong. Yeah, see, you have to expect the unexpected when you come here. And without a plan, without some type of plan, man, you're going to fail. I mean, you know, it's going to be chaotic when you get off the plane, but you want controlled chaos. And that's what planning is going to do for you. Because, see, I'm a reader, man. I told you that. I love to read. I read about 2 books a month. And one of my favorite authors is Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. He's sort of like a Napoleon Hill type, and he wrote a book called What Makes the Great Great. And he said the only difference between someone who succeeds and someone who fails is the person who succeeds has a goal, and the person who fails doesn't have a goal. And see, your outline, your plan for your trip here is simply your goal. See, you want to be and you want to stay as close to this plan as you possibly can. You know, it's an outline. You know, you're going to fill in the details on your trip. And it's going to be fun, you know. But see, I titled it Think Like a John because Johns are disciplined. They have a plan when they come over here. They know where they're going. They know what they want. They know how much it's going to cost. See, but Joes, we don't do it. We just come over here and then we get off the plane. We run around like a chicken with our heads cut off. See, and we end up spending more money. We end up letting the woman lead us around. You want to be in control. You want to have a controlled chaos when you come over here. And the only way you're going to do that is to have a solid plan. You know, and the first thing you want to do is you want to write it down. See, psychologists know that just keeping it up in your mind is not enough. They know if you write it down and you look at it from time to time, more than likely you're going to reach the goal. You're going to complete it. You can't just keep it up in your mind. So just write some of this stuff down that you want to do, and just, it'll give you, you know, like I said, an outline. It'll give you some boundaries, you know, when things, you know, when the wheels fall off, because they're going to fall off over here for the first time you come over here, man. It's crazy over here. You know, I mean, you've never seen any place like the Philippines before. And this is going to help you. So the first thing that you want to do is, and your plans are going to change, you know, but at least have a plan. It's, when are you coming? You know, are you coming from May to October when it's really, really hot here? It's just like the summer. Because I'm going to tell you, in May, you don't want to come in May. May's the hottest month. I mean, it's really, really hot. If you can't deal with heat, you can't deal with humidity, don't come here with May. Don't come here in May. Don't be here in May. Are you going to come here from somewhere like August to February when you get a break? You're already in the middle of the rainy season. The temperatures are cooler at night. They're cooler in the morning. Okay, you get a lot of rain, which that cools it off. All right, you got to decide, when are you going to come? Write that down. Keep that in your mind. It may change, but for right now, I want you to write that down. The next thing I want you to do, because you've already made a decision, you're coming. And one more thing before I go on. Start making these plans, the concrete, tangible plans that you can make. Your reservations, your plane reservations, your hotel or Airbnb reservations, and all of that. At least 2 months out, guys. Especially on your plane ticket. It's going to save you money. If you can do that, if you have the money to do that. No less than 2 weeks out, because if you do, it's going to really cost you. It's going to run up the cost of your trip. When are you coming? Where are you coming? Where are you going to fly into? Are you going to fly into Manila, Cebu, Clark? Where are you going to fly into? See, that's going to determine a whole lot. Because, see, if you fly into Manila, then you're somewhere up in Luzon and Clark. You're even further up in Luzon. And then Cebu, which is, you're actually going to fly into Mactan, you're going to be in that Visayas region. See, once you decide where you're flying into, now you can make your hotel or Airbnb or pension house reservations, because that's very important. You want to get ahead of that, because once this thing opens up, man, it's going to be hard to get into the good places, the low-cost places. So you want to do it in advance. All right, and then decide, do I want to just stay in a typical hotel, or do I want to stay in an Airbnb or a pension house? Pension house is being one level below a hotel, but they're just as nice. They're clean. They got air conditioning, cable. They got Wi-Fi. They just usually don't have a swimming pool. Okay, but an Airbnb, now, you're going to be able to cook your food. People have nice things, guys. You might as well enjoy them. And you're going to get more bang for your buck. But that's for you to decide. But you want to start making these decisions at least 2 weeks out. That's the least. But I would say 2 months out, where you can get the choice. You can get the pick. Because most people don't plan that far out. So when you're coming, where you're coming, where you're staying. See, that's the 3 things. Then, here's the big decision. Are you going to have company with you for the time you're here? Are you going to be single? See, remember, you're going to think like a John, but you're going to act like a Joe. So, what are you going to do? You're going to have the woman waiting for you at the airport or not? But that's something that you have to make a decision and stick with it. It can always change. Write it down. Write all this stuff down. Look at it from time to time throughout the day if you're not doing nothing. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Put it on your refrigerator. Man, I'm telling you what I know. I'm here now because this is the stuff I did. I followed these directions. I didn't just all of a sudden just show up here at the Philippines. I don't have that kind of money like that, like some guys do. I had to plan it out. I had to visualize it, man. I had to see it every day in my mind over and over and over. And then next thing you know, the people and the circumstances will start coming together to make your goals complete. Trust me, I don't know how it works, but it does. William James said, the problem with most people is it's not that we don't have goals. We just set them so low. They're so easy to reach. So, make you some good plans. Make you a good outline of what your trip's going to be, especially because you want to be in control. If you don't have a plan, you're not going to be in control. That woman's going to lead you around and you're going to have a terrible time. At least you're going to be in control because you're going to already have the reservations made up. You're already going to have the itinerary because you want to see something here of this magnificent place. I know what you read about in the Western newspapers and all that about the Philippines, man. You can throw all that out the window, man. This is a magnificent place, man. I wouldn't be here. I'm about as choosy and as funny about things as anybody can. I don't care what it is, food, women, standard of living, all of that stuff, man. Cleanliness, organization, all of that, man. Nobody's funny about this stuff than me, but I'm gonna tell you about this place. It's a wonderful place, man. So decide, am I gonna be with a woman or I'm gonna be by myself? What am I gonna do when I get here? See, write that down too. Do I want to go snorkeling? Do I want to go island hopping, scuba diving? Do I want to go hiking, bike riding? Do I want to go up in the mountains? Do I just want to stay on the beach all the time that I'm here? See, have a general idea. Remember, this is an outline. This isn't the details. You're going to fill in the details. And then stick to the plan. Have some discipline. Guys, there's no reason you can't do it now. You got at least 4 or 5 months before you can even think about coming here. So this is a perfect time to start getting your plan together, getting your outline together, getting your money together so you can make those reservations 2 months out. Because if you make them 2 months out, man, you're going to get the cream of the crop. The closer you get to the time you leave, it goes down, the price goes up. Okay? This is just a message to my first-time visitors who've never been to the Philippines before. You need a plan. You need an outline. You need to think like a John. Know where you're going. Know what you want. Know how much it's going to cost. Okay? And then stick with it. All right? Don't script anything now. I'm not saying that. The details, let that happen spontaneously. Okay? But have that outline to protect you, see, when the wheels fall off. Because they're going to fall off on your first trip here. Expect the unexpected here. You can do everything right here in the Philippines and something still goes wrong. This is one of those places. See? Okay? So, think like a John. Act like a Joe. Know what you're going to do when you get here. If there's a place that you want to see, put it down. That way, the woman's not going to pull you toward her, what she wants to do, her family. See, you can't go by what she says because she's never been anywhere. She's only telling you what she's heard, what somebody's told her. See? But if you go ahead and do your due diligence now, your research now, you say, okay, I'm going to fly into Cebu, Moncton, I'm going to stay a couple of days, in the Ace Pension House. Then I'm going to go on over to Mavisa Gardens. Then I'm going to take a boat ride to Panglao Bahal. It's an hour and a half away. Spend a couple of days on the beach. After that, come back to Cebu for a couple of days. Then I'm going to fly out to Boracay. I want to see Boracay. Then after I leave Boracay, I'm going to come back for a few more days. See, that's what you want to do. You want to have that rock solid. That's your outline. Okay? Please do that. If you don't hear anything else on my videos, I didn't do it. It took me about, I think, my 7th trip here. Because I've made 20-some odd trips here before I decided to stay. To start planning out my trip. Man, it's so much better. You save so much time. You save so much money. You have a good time because you're in control. It's just like me. I'm an insurance agency, and they say, I always know what you're going to say before you go into the house. It gives you confidence, no matter who it is. It can be someone who's never went to school before. It can be someone with a PhD. But when you know what you're going to say, it's going to give you confidence. See, and you say the same thing, whether they didn't go to school or if they got their PhD. You don't change. You don't deviate. That's that outline. See, the details is once I start talking to them, finding out about their situation, then I can get into the details. So have an outline, guys, when you come over here. Think like a John, but you're going to act like a Joe. Save time, save money, have a better time. Know where you're going. Know what you want. Know how much it's going to cost. And I promise you, you're going to come back. This place is addictive. I'm going to say this and I'm going to let you go. I met a guy on my first trip here. He was from Austria. He said, how long you going to be here? I said, 2 weeks. He said, man, it's not enough. But what he really said that stuck in my mind, he said, this place is addictive. You're going to come back over and over and over. And I didn't know what he was talking about. Man, this is, like I said, I made 20, 25 or 26 trips here. If you come here and you do the right thing and you have a good time, you're going to come back. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And one last thing, and this is really the last thing. If you plan on being here 2 weeks, then you can stay 3, stay 3. If you say I'm going to be here 3 weeks and you can stay 4, stay 4. Because you're going to kick yourself if you don't stay that extra week. Those first couple of weeks or whatever, half your vacation is going to go by like a blur. You're going to need that last week to really let it soak in and really enjoy and appreciate the ambiance of this place, man. Okay? So thank you so much for stopping by. If you're in America, it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please help somebody. If you don't want them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you on lunch break on second shift and you see somebody out in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. Those $1,400, send this checks. I say it every week, every day, guys. They're not in the mailbox yet. They're not in our bank accounts yet. It's people that's still struggling. You pay your rent more than once a year. Okay, we need to help each other, man. Not just now, but once this pandemic is over, man. Okay, if you're in the Philippines, man, it's about 8 o'clock. I'm getting ready to do my workout, and then we're going to ride up in the mountains. I'm going to finish that mountain vlog that I promised my Patreon members. And if you're not a member of my Patreon yet, man, I'm going to tell you, you're missing out. You know, it's just a way to support my channel, and you're going to get some exclusive content that you're not going to get over here. And you know, that's all I'll say about that. But Philippines has lost 10 million jobs. I'm going to keep saying business is closed. The tourism industry is shot. It's very, very important that we help somebody. There's not a day that goes by, ladies and gentlemen, that I don't help somebody over here. If it's only myself. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free, and I'll see you next time.